Hey guys, welcome to another episode where we hack the box. We are still in our starting point series in tier 0, which is the new version of the starting point. There's 3 tiers. So let's jump to it. Alright, so as last time, I'm already logged in using our VPN. And we are going to go and into the starting point. We're 40% done. I don't have VIP at the moment, but maybe I'll get it soon so we can do these 2 as well. But this is going to be for those who do not have VIP. This is going to be the last box that you can do in tier 0. Then we're going to be moving to tier 1. These are probably just going to be bonus because not everybody can do them. So let's go ahead and spawn the machine. Okay, so the machine has been started. Let's go ahead and copy that IP address and let's go ahead and actually open up Terminal. I'm going to use Terminator on my end. Let me make sure that this is good and my face is not in the way. I'm gonna make it as big as I can. Should be good enough there. And we're gonna go here. We're going to make a new directory as we usually do. We're going to call it dancing. Is it? What is this box called? This box is called dancing. So dancing, we're going to go to dancing. And we're going to be making a Sublime README text file as we usually do. We're going to paste the target IP address here and save that. And that's all we're going to do for now. Let's now go back to the website and do what we've got to do. I'm going to make this into full screen so we can see stuff better. Okay, so first question is, what does the 3-letter acronym for SMB stand for? That's pretty long. We don't know. Let's go take a hint. SMB is one of the most basic and well-known protocols out there. You can easily search the acronym of any protocol that you don't know on the internet, and the full name of the protocol would come up as the first result. This is something that I keep looking this way because I think the camera's over here. I think I used to have it over here, but the camera's over here. So I'm going to try to look over here, but not guaranteed. Anyway, this is what we've tried to tell you guys every single video, that if you don't know anything, if you see an acronym or anything, you can just do a Google search and you should find it really, really easy. This is what they're telling you to do here as well. So we'll do that in a bit. When using acronyms, remember that the first letter of each word is always capitalized. As standards, this is called camel case or medial capitals. So we're gonna exit the full screen mode and we're just gonna type SMB here. And this is gonna give us the information about it, and we can see that we have some information about what it is. So if you want to read more, go ahead and click here, but this is pretty much what we're looking for. Server's message block, that is what it stands for. You can also see it over here. Okay, so let's go back over here, and I'm not there actually. We're gonna go over here and call it server message block and submit, and we have completed that task. Just another reminder, if you want to do these questions before I get to them, make sure to pause the video and try to do them by yourself. Try to see if you can actually get the answer if you don't know it. This is gonna give you more, this is gonna boost your confidence, one, and tell you if you can actually do it, that you can do it by yourself. And then you can reinforce that with me telling you what it is. So I feel like when you try to do things on your own, it ingrains in your brain better. Not sure why. Maybe you get like a sense of accomplishment that triggers some chemical reaction in your brain, and you know, every time there's a chemical reaction in your brain, things connect in your brain better. There's probably some research out there about this stuff, about brain and how it works, and I also think there's like a saying about connection, but I don't remember. If you know that, let me know in the comments below. It's probably gonna bug me all day. Anyway, number 2, what port is SMB used to operate at? Let's check the hint first. A simple port scan using version detection can get you this result. Also, Googling the port value will return the services used for that port in most cases. So yeah, we could use the Nmap Scan to scan for the ports for this thing and check that way, but that's not always true, because sometimes you can change what ports to use. The defaults sure are always going to be the defaults, but if you do change it at some point, it's not going to be the same port anyway. So might as well Google the default port for SMB, and we can see that it's one of these two. Let's see what, oh, okay. So it says 445 here. SMB is available directly over TCP port 445 and over NetBIOS over TCP IP port 139. Okay. So we care about this one since this is the actual SMB protocol. So we're going to be using 445. Submit, and we've succeeded. Number 3, what network communication model does SMB use, architecturally speaking? So this is either going to be client-server or client-client, peer-to-peer. I think in my last video I said server to server, and that was actually wrong. I don't think there's any server to server. It's peer-to-peer or client to client, where one client is the server and the other one is just the client. So there we go. Now let's read the hint before we actually produce the answer. So you go have a delicious juicy steak at your local restaurant. So this is the same thing, and this is the same story that they're going to be using to tell you what it is. You are a client there, and the people bringing you the menu, drinks, and food are the servers. So this is hinting at you that this is a client-server relationship or model. We can also use Google and say maybe what is it? We can probably find this answer in either Wikipedia or in here. And let's take a look at this. Third-party implementations. It's not too obvious. Maybe they're not, they don't say it there. Maybe here, do they say architecture? No, they, oh, there it is. It's this, the first sentence. The server message block protocol, SMB protocol, is a client-server communication protocol used for sharing access to files, printers, serial ports, and other resources on a network. So you can read on and read more about this and what it is. But right now, for right now, all we care about is this. Now, sometimes when you are searching, not everybody's gonna have the same lingo as you are. For example, here they call it architectural. Like, what's the architecture? Maybe we could have said communication model, and I think here they said communication protocol, not model. So you, whenever you're trying to research about something, try to use multiple types of lingo or keywords. It's not always going to be just one type of keyword. Like, for instance, what I was trying to do, I was trying to say architectural or architecture model, and there's also communication model, there's protocols, there's whatever, all kinds of stuff. So client dash server model, and we have succeeded. Let's go to number 4. What is the service name for port 445 that came up in your Nmap scan? Well, we don't know that yet. Camera up here. We don't know that yet. Let's read the hint before we actually do a scan, though. And it says you will need to use the TAC as V switch during your Nmap scan in order to see this in your results. The answer creates a question mark at the end, so remember to include it. Okay, so what is TAC as V for Nmap? If you don't know, let's try to see if we can see what it is. Against switch, is it? And if we don't know, if we can find it here, we can always look at the man page. But I think it's either the capital V, I believe it's either I don't think it's verbose. I think verbose is like the tiny one. I think the bigger one is more like version, maybe. We're trying to find version. I'm not sure. Let's see, do we have TAC V? This is the tiny one, which says verbosity. Oh, there we go. SV, version scanning. There we go. So it was version. So S is for scanning, I guess, and capital V is for the version. Script scanning is SC. Trace route is just trace route. O is detecting the OS. And there's a lot more that you can just check out. And here it is, version number as well, with just the TAC V, capital V, because lower V is verbose. So let's go back over here. Close that, and we gotta do now an Nmap scan. So let's do this Nmap scan, and you see here that we have we're trying to find the version here. We're also saving into Nmap, which we actually gotta make real quick. That folder, maker Nmap, and then we can do that, and we need the proper IP, and we just paste that in there, which kind of messed up because I pressed Control V. There we go, and let's do it. There we go. So let's go ahead and copy this whole thing and paste that there. And we can see that they said it's gonna have a question mark. This is the service. And this is the port that we're looking for, 445 TCP. It's open, and it's Microsoft TAC DS question mark. So this is the service that it's running as, I believe. So submit. I guess, you know, here it says don't forget to include it, but apparently it was wrong if we included that question mark. So I guess we don't include the question mark. Let's go to number 5. What is the tool we use to connect to SMB shares from our Linux distribution? This is pretty simple. Let's look at this first. You can check the write-up for this one. It's a typical tool we will be using anytime we want to connect to an SMB share remotely. Well, I can tell you that we're not going to be looking at that, but instead we're going to be using this Google to see how we can connect. Let's see, connect to SMB shares in Linux. And let's go in here and see what they say. And we see here that they are using SMB client. So let's go back here, and it says, what tool do we use to connect? So let's try SMB client, and that should be the correct answer. Cool. Okay, so what is the flag or switch we can use with SMB tool to list the content of the shares? Let's look at the hint. The acronym of this flag stands for list and is preceded by a tag. So usually for these flags or switches, if you have something called list, it's most likely gonna be like this, or if it's a short, it's gonna be like that. But in this case, is tag capital L. We can say SMB client list shares flag, not FOLG, flag. Let's take a look here, and we're gonna search for list, and we can see here that it is exactly what I said. It is tag list or tag capital L. This option allows you to look at what services are available on the server. You use it as SMB client tag L host, and a list should appear. The tag I option may be useful if your NetBIOS names don't match your TCP/IP DNS host names, or if you are trying to reach a host on another network. We don't need this tag I, but we are definitely going to be needing this. And what host is just the IP address of that thing, right? So let's go back here, submit that answer, and let's see what this is. What is the name of the share we are able to access in the end? Okay, so now we have to do stuff on the terminal to see what shares we can access and what shares we cannot access. Okay, so let's take a look at the hint before we do. It's the one that doesn't terminate with the symbol money sign. This is a custom share made by a system administrator during the configuration phase. So this actually tells us that anything that contains a symbol like this means that it is a default share. The ones that do not contain this symbol are actually user created or administrator created in this case. So let's go here and let's do SMB client, and we gotta do tag L and then / and then the IP, which is it? No, just I need to go here or copy, paste, and boom, enter. And we are not going to put any passwords. We're just going to say whatever. And it's going to say the connection failed because we didn't authenticate ourselves. But here's all of the shares, right? And see this one, we see that this one doesn't have that symbol here. So work shares is what we're looking for. So let's paste that in there and submit it. Number 8. What is the command we can use within the SMB shell to download the files we find? Usually, if it's like the one we did previously, it's gonna be get. This is the same command used during the interaction. There we go. It says this is the same thing you used last time, like I just told you. So it's from the FTP one, we know that it's get. So let's just type in get. So now we gotta find the root flag and do some work here. All right, so now how the hell do we connect to this share? Well, first thing, let's try to see what this thing says. So I guess let's see if we can log in as anonymous, right? And to log in here, we just need to say work shares like that, and then just press enter. And here we go. We are inside, we have been connected. We can type ls, and this is the directories. The D's here are directories. So we have Amy J and James P. let's check out what AmyJ is. Essentially, to navigate through here, you need to type help like this, and it's going to tell you everything that you need to know, all the commands that you got. Or it's just as if you're navigating through your own terminal. So if we want to clear, we use clear. Obviously we can't here like we did in FTP, but ls does this. cd allows us to go into this directory. We find some work notes. Let's get these work notes, and let's go here and do James now. Oop. And here we got a flag. So we're gonna get the flag, and now sometimes this is we're probably not gonna find anything hidden here, because this is just simple. This is just an introduction to hacking and stuff like that. But I believe, no, not here. Probably when we get into the actual machine that we can actually try to uncover hidden files. But I guess I'm not sure if we can actually hide them through SMB or not, but cool. Now that we have those files, we can just exit here. We're gonna have these here, and I'm gonna make some directories, which I probably should have before, but we're gonna say Amy and then James, because that's where we found these. So we're gonna move work notes to Amy, and we're gonna move the flag text to James, and we're first gonna see the work notes. Sometimes, if you remember the previous version of Starting Point, every machine built upon the previous one. So we want to make sure that we check if this is going to be something we need for a new machine. So let's see, we have work notes. So it's a text file, so that means we can cat this out like this, and it's just some logs. It's a start Apache server on, okay, it's just like a work, I guess work notes. It's not a log. Thought it was log, but it's not a log. Start Apache server on the Linux machine, secure the FTP server. So obviously they didn't do that because we were in it last time. Set up WinRM on dancing. WinRM, I think that's like remote access. WinRM, yeah, it is. Cool, so that maybe is gonna tell us, okay, in the next machine, maybe it's gonna be a Windows machine that's gonna have Windows remote management. And here we can actually see Windows right there, but that's a VIP thing, so we might not be able to actually do it. I'm gonna try to get VIP for you guys if you do have that, but maybe not. I do want to do that though. I do want to do it. So there we go. Set up WinRM on dancing. And if we look at the logs that we have here, I don't think there's anything. No, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything set up yet. It's just what Amy wants to do, I'm guessing. So nothing there for now. Oop, clear. Let's now go to James. And we have the flag here, so let's cat the flag. Let's copy this. Let's go here, and don't forget to say HTTP and then paste the flag between the curly brackets and submit. And we did it. We have successfully pwned dancing. So that was fun. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to do the VIP ones. Hopefully I can soon. If not, we're just gonna go to tier 1. If you like this video, please comment below. Leave a like button. Leave a like if this helped you out. If you liked this video, if you learned something new. If you didn't, let me know what I can improve on my videos so I can better serve you guys. And don't forget to subscribe. I know I've seen a lot of you guys that watch my videos but are not yet subscribed. Please subscribe if you have. If you've watched more than one video here and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. It really helps me. And yeah, so with that said, thank you guys for watching this video, for all the help and support that you've shown my channel. If you want to see, I just started a new series on virtual reality and mostly playing games at the moment, but we are going to be programming some VR games soon. If you are into that or are interested in how that might work, let me know, or just subscribe and like the video and follow this link here. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe.